Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Hello, Hollywood. Thank you so much for joining us. I just want you to know that I am interviewing some of my favorite people. I will be interviewing 100 people in the city of Hollywood. I'm getting their feedback on what it's like to age in Hollywood. We're about to change things for the aging people in Hollywood. It is time for this big, beautiful cash cow to take care of its own. So moving right ahead, I'm going to ask my guest to please introduce herself, and then we will move into a few questions.
Okay. My name is Kathleen.
Okay. All right. All right. Kathleen, can you do you mind telling me your age and your profession and or your what you do?
I'm 76
Wow.
and I am an artist. I'm a painter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I would love to see some of your work because you're so elegant. I think you
Thank
must
you.
have incredible work.
It's different.
I bet. Yeah, you would. Yeah. Okay. All right. How long have you lived or worked in the area of Hollywood?
13 years, a little bit over 13
A
years
little
now.
bit over 13 years.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are some of the most important lessons you feel you have learned over the course of your life?
Well, I tried to plan my life. Well, the plans don't go that way. It gets sidetracked. I got sidetracked. What I had envisioned for myself is very different than what actually I have experienced.
Mhm.
I use the word different because it was not anything that I imagined it would be like. I thought I was going to be an artist and that's what I was going to do, period. But instead, I got married. I have 3 children and 2 grandchildren. As far as my art, I couldn't at the time really paint because my children, I realized, needed me more than I needed my painting. So my self-expression went from being an artist to being a mother, but my children were my expression. So it was a matter of listening and watching to see who they were, each individually, and what was appropriate for them. So I did the best that I was able to. But my background, I never did any babysitting or anything like that, was an artist. So that's how I raised them, which was not exactly the way I was raised. But it worked out very well.
Yeah.
Very good
It sounds to
children.
me like you're almost saying that because I took some things in my life to be art, you know, and raising your children, you changed from art of drawing to with pen and paper to art of raising your children.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay.
Because I
Yes.
really didn't know where else to go with it.
Yes. I
You know,
love that.
Still
I
had to have
absolutely love that.
the energy
Yes.
of my participating in relationships with them. And I could see that as being a very, really, in a way, a sacred calling. You know, that what happened is I went from just being expressive of my own self, my own feelings, my own life, to putting that into live action, and learned that people and relationships are more important than anything else that I experience.
Whew, yes. Thank you. All right, what are some of the most important lessons you feel you have learned over the course of your life?
Patience. Probably that is maybe almost a central theme in my life. Because things change, even if it isn't something that I'm planning, it doesn't really matter. Life changes, it keeps bringing change. It's like having stepped in a river and just going with the flow of what life brings to me or will ask of me. Allowing was another difficult thing for me.
Allowing?
Allowing people to give to me.
Oh, do I hear that?
Allowing
Yes.
people to love me.
Wow.
So that means allowing vulnerability. Living my life not vicariously, but through my own experiences. Feeling that aliveness, so that, for me, it's life welling up. It's the universe bringing me. Yeah, I just need to adjust myself a little bit.
Okay.
What I need. So if I'm asking the universe for something, it may not arrive in the package I had perhaps thought it would, but I know when the universe has answered my intention. And then I have a whole new learning to learn to deal with. Because again, there's a lot of unpredictability. It's not a static life because of the unpredictability.
Yeah.
So that I'm more, as I'm aging, able to interact with a greater and greater variety of people.
Yeah.
That gives me pleasure.
Yeah. That's beautiful lessons learned. Some people say that they have had difficult or stressful experiences, but they have learned important lessons from them. Is that true for you? Difficult times that are those your learning tools?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I have had very difficult experiences. And I thought, I don't know that we can get through all of this. Will I see my children become adults? So there was a lot of, I'll call it drama, going on that was serious. I realized that I cannot control what happens. That I needed to be present and strong with the inner strength of allowing whatever to unfold. And then just being responsive. It's like the difference between responsibility, which is a heavy weight. The ability to respond is what opened up. But I had to let go of the feeling of responsibility.
Wow.
And once I did that, there was a whole new orientation that I feel gave me a sense of freedom. I didn't feel like a self-entrapment. So a lot of the shoulds went away. And allowing the positive feelings well up from whatever the experience is. Because some of what happened, it just overwhelmed me completely. I thought, okay, I don't know what to do. I can't control it. I don't know what to do.
So you don't feel that you learned from that necessarily, but that you survived it.
I feel I survived it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I hear you. That's a great point to make with that. Because you kind of sort of roll with what people say about, I learned from all my difficulties. But you're right. Surviving is the greatest gift of all when things are so incredibly difficult.
Yeah. But sometimes there's nowhere to turn.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, I think you are too. But and what do you think is the secret to happiness?
Well, first, loving oneself.
Yeah.
And then, for me, it's being present, in the moment as much as possible. So I don't miss things. And being and seeing myself as able to create my world. So I take responsibility for my world.
So the secret to happiness is loving yourself.
Yes.
You feel. Yeah.
Because
it reminds me of what they say when you're on the airplane, and I used to think, oh, that's kind of cold. Like don't take care of your baby first. Put the mask over yourself and get you straight first, and then you take care of the baby. And so I think you got such a great point there. Self-love, if you are loving yourself, now you can love somebody else.
That's right.
There's no way that you're going to really be able to love someone else if you're not.
Well, I'm coming from a place of, not a place of neediness.
Yeah.
In other words, I can love freely.
Yeah.
It doesn't have, you've got to reciprocate going along with that, or anything else.
Yeah.
It's just like the wind blowing through the trees. It's just, it's so easy. It's so easy. Well, you know that.
Yeah. It's so wonderful.
Yep.
No, I think you just answered that next one. What would you say are the major values or principles that you live by?
Being truthful to myself, being my word to others, loving fully. I say to my children, when you get really, really down, you're going to see me looking up at you. So you don't get so far down that